Well, I literally just ended my live talking about how if the Steelers want to keep up this front of a quote unquote resignation, they're going to have to go out there, basically get the coach with the best resume to keep putting up this front that they're trying to put up that Mike Tomlin resigned. And the Steelers bring in Mike McCarthy as the head coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this is the guy that I said, as soon as Mike Tomlin got fired, put out a video and said, Mike McCarthy has got to be the front runner to be the next coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lo and behold, had an interview on Wednesday. Today is Saturday, and Mike McCarthy is now the new head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And a lot of Steelers fans didn't want this deal, but to me, he has the best resume, hands down, bar none, without a doubt. I think it's a good move. Not only that, my biggest reasoning behind wanting Mike McCarthy here is because he basically has the best resume out there right now, and he's a perfect fit for the maybe not the best resume. Pete Carroll might be a little better than him. I don't know. I'm not going to get into that, but to me, he's the best fit for this team. The Steelers obviously need to start heading in a new direction and get a little bit more offensive minded. That's what Mike McCarthy brings. The Steelers have not been able to develop a quarterback the past 6 or 7 years, so now they have a guy that has a proven track record developing young quarterbacks. They have a guy that runs a West Coast offense. To me, team MVP Kenny Gainwell, who's not on contract, is looking like a very attractive free agent to bring back here with the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers is looking like a very attractive free agent to bring back with the Steelers. And now he has a coach that he won a Super Bowl with the Steelers. So I think that's going to make all the sense in the world. I think it's going to make all the sense in the world to bring Kenny Gainwell back. The Roonies came out and said there's no wasted seasons. So obviously, this is what you got to do, like I said in my live, to keep up this front, to keep the chance going, to keep the towels twirling. Because to me, I thought we was going to have the first losing season in a long time for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But now with this hiring, I'd say 11 wins. Looking at the schedule, I said it would taunt 11 wins. Now I got a McCarthy and his team going more in a offensive direction. And not only that, why else is McCarthy a perfect fit for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Because he ran a 3-4 defense. And the Steelers, entire salary cap, majority of their salary cap is invested in that base 3-4 defense and built for that base 3-4 defense. So Don Capers is out here floating around as a defensive assistant, a guy that worked on a McCarthy staff and a guy who invented the entire identity of the Pittsburgh Steelers, which it is today, Dom Capers. So now all you need to do is get some young coordinators under a Mike McCarthy and then maybe bring in a Dom Capers as a defensive assistant. And this team can really go in a new direction. You keep the core on defense. You got $39 million in cap space, a bunch of moves they can make in the offseason, a plethora of draft picks to where they can add talent to this roster that won a division last year that has 40 players coming back on roster. 40 players coming back on roster. So this gives the Steelers the best chance and the best opportunity to win now. There are no wasted seasons in the NFL. There ain't no bending over. There ain't no bending over. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers, bro. They don't bend over. They do the fucking, bro. They bend you the fuck over and fuck you. Okay? That's what is that's the identity of the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're not gonna bend over for a quarterback. They're not going to bring in a nobody just so they can tank 3 seasons away, because that's the way you win football. How you win in sports is you build a culture. It's about building a culture. And the Steelers have a culture that's been going on the past, I don't know, 20 years, 19 years. We can go all the way back to the 90s when Dick LeBeau and Dom Capers created the identity of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Blitzburgh Steelers. Why was the 3-4 defense created? To bust up the West Coast offense. That's why the 3-4 defense is created, because the West Coast offense was one of the most revolutionary offenses in the entire NFL. Nobody could stop it. Nobody could figure out how to end the empire. They could not bring the empire down. But then you got a guy named Dick LeBeau. You got a guy named Dom Capers, created a defense specifically designed with the zone defense to stop the West Coast offense. And that's what Mike McCarthy's bringing to this team, and that's what the Steelers need. And like I said, Gainwell and Jalen Warren fit that offense perfectly. You go give Aaron Rodgers another receiver. You give Aaron Rodgers a little bit more help up front. Get rid of Broderick Jones. He's a bum. He's a bust. Dylan Cook came in good for whatever he is, a 4th or a 5th round pick, and stepped in serviceably. And I salute him. But if you got $40 million in cap space and there's a top tier offensive tackle out there that you can get for $15 million, I'm doing that. Boom. Then I don't have to draft a lineman. I'm getting me a Pro Bowler right here. If there is one, I haven't really looked at all the free agents, but if there's one out there, you got to replace Broderick. Do you bring Gainwell back? You get another running back. I don't think there's that many great receivers out there in free agency. So to me, I want to get some young receivers around that big ass DK contract. We got our number 1 wide receiver. Now let's start developing a number 2 and a number 3 wide receiver. Let's go out and draft 2 wide receivers. Let's go out there and draft some linemen, maybe another running back. Get some talent on offense, and this team can be cooking next year, especially with this West Coast offense. I'm telling you, that's what Aaron Rodgers wants to do. And the defense got gashed last year. Yeah, it got gashed. Did they suck? I don't believe they sucked. I believe the stats didn't really show how well that defense really is, because the offense is so stagnant, so old, so predictable. It's 3 and out every single time, and you're forcing the defense on the field the entire game. And they eventually get gashed. And then once they get a little bit of a lead, teams start putting up big numbers. But in games when the offense is actually doing something, you see the defense go out there and force 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 turnovers. So with this transition on offense, going to a West Coast offense instead of a ground and pound, try to run it down your throat every time offense that's not working, that you didn't have the personnel to do, and it's like he was running at a wall over and over and over again. You got Aaron Rodgers, who basically is going to use the pass game as an extension of the running game by dinking it, dunking it underneath these wide receivers or all these tight ends the Steelers have. Like, this is a perfect – Mike McCarthy is a perfect fit for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bottom line, hands down. I didn't see you backstage. What's up?
I'm writing down all the haters. I'm writing them all down.
Yeah?
I'm writing down all the haters. There's 4 of them already in your chat.
Yeah.
Runt's already a hater. Runt, you already hating?
Fuck this organization. Why Mike McCarthy of all coaches? I mean, I think I broke that down pretty good right now, honestly.
Because we want to win. We're not a losing franchise.
Exactly.
Do you understand that if we would have hired one of them young coaches, we're going to stink bad for a year? We're not going to be good, man.
Yeah.
We're not. We already have the places in peace in order to make the team better, period.
Exactly. And look at that roster. Look at that schedule we got next year, bro. It looks soft as shit. Soft as baby shit, bro. You got $40 million in cap.
Defensive coordinator. We need to bring in an experienced defensive coordinator.
Let's bring in Shula. Hey, bring in Shula and then bring in Dom Capers as a defensive assistant if that's what you want. But I would want experience. Anthony Weaver. We interviewed him for a head coach.
Raheem Morris. I mean, I don't think we'll get Flores. He's already back with the Vikings.
Yeah, so he ain't coming here. He already signed.
But we get a defensive coordinator that can actually run the defense. He runs the offense. We're fine, dude. I don't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear it.
We got an offensive coach now. You got to give it a shot.
Yep. I like it. I think it's a really good move. Smart move.
We've never had an offensive coach.
Not really. This time they want to go in a new direction. You don't fire a Mike Tomlin and just keep doing the same old. You have to start going in a new direction, and that's what they're doing. I like it. And not only that, I mean, we need to start developing a quarterback, and he has a track record of developing quarterbacks. So, dude, I think it's a perfect fit.
Me too. That's what I kind of wanted the whole time. I don't think he's going to be around a long time. How long's his deal? They say it yet?
I didn't see that. No, I didn't think he was for real. I looked it up. I didn't see it. And then I looked at my Twitter and Scheffner. It's official. It's official. Yeah.
I know. I was watching the basketball game and it popped up on the bottom of the screen. I was like, what? I didn't think it was real either. But I guess crazy. We got him. Like, that's good. I'd rather us get him than imagine if fucking Bills got him or something.
I know.
So, I mean, I'm not mad. Why would you be mad? There's no reason to be mad. You got a veteran coach. I'm talking about everybody else that's mad.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah, the whole fan base is mad right now, dude. I'm gonna pull up my page. I just posted a meme.
That's
Let's see
stupid.
what some of the comments are. We'll see if we get any comments up here other than these ones in the thing. They couldn't even wait for Shula. This means Rodgers is coming back. I think this. Do you think that means Rodgers is coming back? I think
Not
that's
100%, but I mean, like, I'd say 70, 60.
yeah. That's definitely the cherry on the top that's going to possibly get Aaron Rodgers back on his team. That's for fucking sure. That's
He might
for
come
fucking
back.
sure.
We need to get another receiver,
I agree.
another offensive lineman, bring back Gainwell. Boop. There you go. Maybe get 2 receivers. I try to get 2, one in free agency and one in the draft.
I'd go two in the draft personally. That's how I'd go because I don't think there's that many great receivers out there. Get 2 in the draft on some cheaper contracts that you can develop around that fucking DK contract, and then I'd use any money in free agency to put for like an offensive lineman to replace Broderick Jones, and maybe bring Samalu back, and maybe bring Gainwell back. That's where my probably would free agent money would go. What do you think about that?
Now, do you think you cut Ramsey? I think you got to keep some of these now.
I would cut a Ramsey, but here's one. Here's a comment. This team is so afraid of change. They scary. If they see a nickel on the ground, it's sad, really. Rooney is out here living in his dad's shadow and is afraid to make a mistake, so he keeps the bumpers up so on his bowling lane. It's a show lost where you keep thinking you're in purgatory, but the director keeps saying that's not what the show is about, but never really answers a question about the way forward. The way forward is we're moving in an offensive direction now as a franchise. Well, I don't understand that really.
What do they want to do? Win the game 16-13 every time? Is that what we're going to keep doing? Or do you want to move with the NFL and score 30 points a game?
He won 12 games 3 years in a row with the Cowgirls. He's a good coach. Boycott this dumbass team. Man, shit, could have had a fresh start and reboot. Not true. Too freaking old. Like, I don't know. Those are the few comments to come in, man. Screw him. I'm pissed. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't understand how
We're
you're
still trying to
upset
play
about
for
the
a damn
Steelers
Super
signing
Bowl.
a guy with the best damn resume out there. Like, this is football. This isn't like the Pony League where, like, I don't understand, dude. It's
This ain't the Pittsburgh Pirates. You know?
Get a receiver. I mean, a legitimate receiver would be nice if you can go out there and get one in free agency, but I don't know if there's really a legitimate free agent wide receiver out there, honestly.
Dude, everybody like they want to act like we're going to turn into the Pirates now. They want to rebuild. Like, I'm tired of rebuilding, bro. I already have one franchise that's rebuilding. They rebuild every year.
I know.
Come on, man. And like the Penguins, they were like, "Oh, let's have the Penguins suck this year. Look where they're at." I don't want to hear it, man. Where are they at? They're about to be first in their damn division, Penguins.
I know the Pens are nice. They've been playing nice, and I think they have a game today that's an easy win. Who do they play today?
Tomorrow, Vancouver.
Okay.
They can beat them too.
Yeah.
So, like, dude, I want to win, dude. Who wants to
here's
lose?
The receivers out there right now in free agency. We got Mike Evans, who's 32. We got Christian Kirk, who's 29. We got Deebo Samuel, who's 30. Tutu Atwell, who's 26. Damani Brown, Adam Thielen, Marquise Brown, Juan Jennings.
Thielen retired.
Yeah, no, I'm just reading it right now. Marquise Brown, he's 28. He's with Kansas City. Rashid Shaheed, he's a free agent from Seattle. He's 27. I mean, is there any name standing out?
I like Tutu Atwell.
I mean, there's no name. I mean, I don't know. Mike Evans, maybe? I don't know.
I like Tutu Atwell.
Yeah.
He played for the Rams, right?
Yeah. It says he's making $10 million last year, so he might get more than that, though. I don't know. Maybe if you get Tutu Atwell for $10 million, he's 26,
so
26 years old.
Do we bring back Calvin, too?
I wouldn't bring back Calvin. Or, maybe bring back Calvin for cheap and then draft a receiver to be your number 2 receiver.
Yeah, I think Mike Evans is too old. He's just
like 32.
I think he's just too old. The other ones you said that Shahir's nice. Tutu Atwell, he says 29. So yeah,
Tanya, I know you comment on my page a lot, Tanya, like Runt. And you know what, Tanya, I like you and I appreciate your support. And your dad, he's a diehard Steeler fan like us. But to tell your dad that this is the best hire that the Steelers can have, and they're going to have a winning season again this year, and they're going to be in the playoffs. Like this gives me this hire out of any hire gives me the most confidence the Steelers to make the playoffs.
Do they have the schedule out? I'm gonna look it up. They really have.
It's soft. They had it. It's soft as hell.
What Steelers? 2026 schedule?
Yeah. Rashid, DeAndre Hopkins, he's a free agent. Keenan Allen, a bunch of old ass dudes.
Schedule.
Jonna Dotson from Philadelphia. Josh Reynolds, Tim Patrick, Hunter Renfrow. There ain't too many big names. George Pickens, free agents.
So here's the schedule. At home, we'll play Baltimore, Cleveland, Bengals, our division. In addition to the Falcons, the Panthers, Broncos, Texans, and Colts. We always play the Colts every fucking year. On the road, we play the same 4 division teams. We play New England again, New Orleans, Philadelphia, Tampa, and Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee, Tampa.
There are some tough ones.
Carolina.
Philly's going to be hard on the road. Philly's going to be hard. And Jacksonville.
Browns twice.
Titans are easy. I mean, Patriots are pretty good. Saints are easy. Jaguars and Eagles will be hard on the road. Home games, I think we can beat Falcons and Carolina. And Denver and Houston might be the hard ones. So it's not too bad. You're right.
I see 10. I see 11. I see a possible another division championship in the works for the Steelers with that one, honestly, for sure.
I wish we would have played the Cowboys, not the Eagles.
Yeah, that would have been better. Runt was talking about how if we would have finished second or something, we would have ended up having to play the Cowboys or somehow that would have worked out that way. But it is what it is. I wish we would have played them bums too because they're going to suck next year.
I would have, him go back to play his old team.
What do you think about the Ravens hiring of here's Beltway, a Ravens fan? He said this is going to make us consistent, not contenders. Does Jesse Minter make the Ravens consistent and not contenders?
Hell no.
Or does Jesse Minter make the Ravens contenders right now?
This is how you know Runt's not a true Steeler fan. Highlight her comment.
I hope this is a nightmare. You're acting like Ernie now. Dude. See, this is what I mean. Like, dude, just because I like Tomlin, dude, I don't think we should have fired his ass, dude. I mean, there's positives. You could take positives out of this hiring 100%. A lot of positives out of this hiring. And it could be the new direction that the Steelers need to start to take a little bit because they've just been so stale on offense the past 5 or 6 years. So stale. You need to bring in a change offensively. This ground and pound shit ain't working. And I believe in ground and pound football, but it just hasn't been working. So we gotta change it up a bit. And they said this is a change. Like that one comment that Steeler fan said, well, they're scared to make a change. This is a change in a new direction, in my opinion.
Dude, you got to give the guy a chance, man. I'm so sick of these people. You got to give the guy a chance, man. His resume shows that he wins. What do you want? What do you want to do here?
Yeah, we're gonna go. But we're gonna assume that a guy that doesn't have a resume is somehow better. I don't understand. You're assume that this is the case.
We're gonna hire a losing coach like Stefanski.
Yeah,
well, might as well do that, right? Would that make y'all feel better?
That would have made me feel better. I would have taken him in his OC, but I knew he would get a head coaching job somewhere.
It's so stupid.
He won 12 games 2 times. When was the last time the Steelers won 12 games?
And a Super Bowl.
She's talking about with Dallas. With Dallas. His job is with Dallas. And I say, well.
Okay, well, you know who coaches Dallas? Barry Jones.
Yeah, it's true.
Come on.
And where's Dallas now without Mike McCarthy?
Worse. So, with Dak Prescott, too, by the way, who he coached.
Yeah, McCarthy had a losing season when Dak was like hurt the whole year. Didn't he get
And they
hurt like
got CeeDee Lamb, and they got George Pickens now. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
And they were worse. So does that go to coaching, or does that go? Who do you blame? I'd say that goes to Schottenheimer. He did a worse job than with more talent than McCarthy did with less.
Exactly. CeeDee Lamb was a lot younger back then. Like, come on, I don't want to hear it, dude. It's a joke. I guess Steeler fans really don't want. Some of y'all don't want to win.
Yeah, it's like they want to lose. It's almost like they want us to lose. That's the only way we can get a franchise quarterback. You're telling me the Steelers can't roll the dice on a 3rd-round pick and develop like Will Howard and this other guy behind Aaron Rodgers for a year, and then next year they got their guy in the waiting that's learned under him the system one more year? Because Runt, you said the other day, Will Howard's already had a year to learn under Rodgers. Rodgers learned for at least 3-4 years under Brett Favre. And not only that, this is a whole new offensive system. This is a system that Aaron Rodgers ran his whole entire career, probably all the way back to Cal University. They probably run a West Coast offense, and a lot of those West Coast Pac-12 teams run West Coast offenses. So this is what Aaron Rodgers wants to bring. This is what the Steelers need. This is going to sustain drives. This is, you talk about how you hate how the Steelers don't go over the middle of the field all the time. That's the bread and butter key fundamental of the West Coast offense is quick passes over the middle to sustain drives, to keep linebackers at home so they can't blitz, so they can't pinch up, so they can't stop the run. And it's going to open up so many running lanes for Jalen Moore and Kenny Gainwell, whoever we decide to bring back at running back, or is our running, obviously Warren, but.
Well, he's going to have say-so on the roster.
Yeah.
So Jonnu Smith might be gone, hopefully.
Runt, you're saying Mike McCarthy didn't develop Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott was already a veteran on a $150 million deal when Mike McCarthy went there. So what you're saying doesn't even make sense, Runt. I love you. You're my girl and everything. But what you're saying I'm sorry. What you're saying just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't.
Oh, man. Go look at his winning percentage.
I don't give a shit what Rodgers wants. What I want is the best quarterback available. What I want is the best coach available. And Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers fits the bill.
Dude, you're forgetting who she wanted. She wanted fucking Rudolph.
Yeah, she wanted who's the one that's not even on the roster? No. There was one.
Skylar Thompson?
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, that would have been great. Huh? He couldn't even leave Ireland without losing his money.
Now you're saying that Mike McCarthy developed Dak Prescott, what isn't true. And you also told me Dak Prescott is a Hall of Fame quarterback, and I said no, he's not. I think he still needs time to be. So okay, Mike McCarthy developed a Hall of Fame quarterback, according to you, then. But that's not the case. Dak isn't a Hall of Famer, and Mike McCarthy didn't develop him. I think Dak needs at least 5 more years in the league.
How many playoff wins does Dak have in his career? Like 2?
I don't even know. I don't think he has any.
What? No. No. Then you're going to say Phillip Rivers ain't a Hall of Famer then. I don't want to. Come on. That's a whole argument now. Who's better, Dak Prescott or Phillip Rivers? Career. Not now. Career. That's not even an argument. It's crazy. Hall of Famer. Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Famer.
Aaron Rodgers is his first ballot Hall of Famer. Mike McCarthy wins another Super Bowl. He's a Hall of Famer, too.
Exactly. Doesn't make sense. We just basically hired almost a Hall of Fame coach, pretty much on the border edge of it.
The Rooneys suck. Sell the team, Art. Sell the team. You got the guy with the best credentials possible. Sell the team, Art.
The best coach that was out there on the market.
Sell the team, Art.
Who was the best coach on the market besides him? What, Harbaugh?
Maybe Pete Carroll or Harbaugh. Pete Carroll or Harbaugh.
Pete Carroll didn't get hired yet.
Well, there you go. But I'm saying resume-wise, we're going to say Pete Carroll or Harbaugh. That's them too, or and McCarthy.
So I don't want to hear it.
And then a McDermott, and then maybe a Stefanski.
Yep. I don't know what you guys want, Steeler fans. Because then we would have hired a young coach, you guys, and be like, oh, now we're going to lose.
I think they're so brainwashed by like 90C37 the fan. Those are the ones. Aren't they the ones talking about Shula, how Shula.
She-house.
Yeah. Shula. Dude, and then Mark McColby's like, oh, you know what I think this is? I think this is just them. They're throwing their agent a bone. A hometown guy will just throw their agent a bone. I don't think he's a serious candidate as head coach. He's serious. I said he was the favorite day one instant as Tomlin resigned. I said Mike McCarthy was the favorite to be here. And I'm right. I was right again. Damn.
Danny Rooney got the handcuffs on? What are you talking about? No.
Danny Rooney, please. Unhandcuff after this season. What handcuffs? I don't know what handcuffs. I think the Steelers did the best. Now, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, now with Mike McCarthy as our head coach, offensively, the handcuffs will be taken off offensively, and we can actually go out there and put points on the board and pass the ball and sustain drives. And it's going to make our defense look a lot better and make our defense play a lot better, especially when our defense is playing with a lead instead of having to go out there and play defense and offense the entire game. Because that's essentially what it's been for the past 5 years for the Steelers. The defense having to play offense as well. Because the offense can't even pick up a fucking first down.
Talk about handcuffs. You want to go through the quarterbacks? Let's go through the quarterbacks. We can go Mr. Trubisky, handcuffs. Kenny Pickett, handcuffs. Justin Fields, handcuffs. Russell Wilson, handcuffs.
Big time.
So what are we talking about here?
Aaron Rodgers, I can honestly say, probably had the handcuffs.
He broke out the handcuffs. He said, I'm breaking out these motherfuckers.
Yeah, he said, fuck you, Arthur Smith, right on live TV. He said, fuck you.
Now, let's not talk about handcuffs, bro. Please. Shit, even Big Ben at the end of his career had the handcuffs on for a little while. Come on.
No, I don't even think Ben had ever had the handcuffs on. That was the problem. See, that was the problem. We had Ben who never got reined in whatsoever, and then it became like this micromanagement of all the quarterbacks. Absolutely no management of a quarterback to complete and total micromanagement of a quarterback. And you got to be able to do both. Oh, here's Ernie. F the Steelers. Here's Mr. Zero Expectation. I have zero expectations for somebody else, but not the Steelers, Ernie. Let me tell you. That doesn't make any.
All you haters are getting your names written down. So whenever we do make the playoffs next year, I'm gonna laugh.
What if we win the division, Ernie? We're going to win the division. My expectation is to win the division and win a playoff game this year. And I think the Steelers, once again, like I've been saying the past 4 years, they're going to win the division and win a playoff game.
The standard is the standard.
Yeah.
It doesn't change. It's not going to change, bro. I can't believe you guys are so mad. We just hired a coach that's fucking good at offense. What is the fucking thing we suck at?
McCarthy is worse than Tomlin. Yeah, I agree. I put Tomlin a tier ahead of Mike McCarthy. But if a McCarthy comes here and wins a Super Bowl or wins a couple playoff games, then I'm saying McCarthy's a tier. I'm saying McCarthy's a tier ahead of Tomlin. I'd say they're all about on the same tier. Carroll, Tomlin, Harbaugh, McVay, Sirianni. They're all on the same thing.
McCarthy. So tier 2.
And he's a perfect fit. He's such a perfect fit for this team, bro. He really is, man. I mean, he fits the bill. He runs a 3-4 defense. We need a West Coast offense. This is what it needs to be. This is a great move. This was a professional move. This was the best organization. This is the best organization in football, hiring the best coach with the best resume to take over and follow in the footsteps of honestly probably future Hall of Famer who just resigned and walk away because of an ungrateful fan base and an ungrateful media in Pittsburgh that has especially Mark Madden, who has a clear agenda to slander this guy and put this guy down and use his conservative rhetoric to lobby hate against Mike Tomlin. Especially when you're going to come out here and call this motherfucker a DEI hire, a DEI hire, a DEI hire, a Rooney Rule hire, a guy, This Mark Madden, writ him off from the beginning of his career, will never have a winning season, will never win a Super Bowl, will never do this. That's what it's been for Mike Tomlin his entire career, zero expectations. And he's done nothing but exceed those zero expectations that you put on him and his fan base put on him. Just like last year, you said zero expectations. We're not going to win the division. We're not going to do this. And we got into the playoffs. We won the division. And yes, it was another upsetting, embarrassing playoff loss. And it was a time to go. Maybe it was finally time to go in a new direction. But the guy kept us afloat and relevant for 19 years. And with McCarthy, it's going to be 20, 21, 22. And you start investing more offensively. You get a little bit more modern, which is the West Coast offense. You want all these young coordinators, all the Steelers fans want these young coordinators to guess what? Guess where they all come from? They all come from a West Coast offensing tree. This isn't, this person has a tree and that person has a tree and this person has a tree and that person has a. The whole NFL is carbon copies of Bill Walsh's West Coast offense. Mike McCarthy's been doing it for, more than anybody, more than any of them. So essentially you get a shill house and McCarthy, they're the same coach. But the difference is McCarthy has all the experience and all the pedigree in the Super Bowl to fucking prove it. And he's going to bring back his quarterback he did it with. And possibly a defensive assistant, Don Capers, who invented the zone defense and the zone blitz, who they also won a Super Bowl with. So this fits the Steelers' identity perfectly.
Zero expectations.
I got high expectations. I'm about to put on the Here We Go song. Here we go. Steelers, here we go. Pittsburgh's gone to the Super Bowl. You remind me of somebody with all these caps, Ernie. Jesus Christ. You remind me of someone you remind me of someone. Never thought Mike McCarthy was a good head coach. I think he's a good head coach. Who cares about expectations? This is horrible.
How good would it happen?
So what does this mean, Ernie? You're going to go to the Patriots fan base like I did partially last season? That was my fault. See, I wore a Patriots jersey. Now we're all cursed. So I take ownership of that.
Yeah. Fuck that, man. Now they're going to the damn Super Bowl, asshole. That pisses me off. Hopefully, I think they're going to lose, though. I think they're going to beat the Broncos. Fucking asshole.
Now you and Ernie, you're the two pessimists, huh? All right, the pessimists.
No, you cursed Bo Nix is what you did. You cursed Bo Nix, bro.
That's what I did. You know who? Somebody, Simpson said she cursed T.J. Watt. She said she put a curse and a hex on T.J. Watt and motherfuckers. This is what we're dealing with here. Pessimists in our own fan bases and scorn women putting hexes on our players because of me. We need to come together as a fan base. Enough of this. Enough of you two fighting each other. We need to all come together. Steelers Nation Unite.
Facts.
Tell Barb she's invited to this. Tell Barb she's invited to the Discord to watch the Kentucky Wildcats game. If you guys want to come watch the Kentucky Wildcats game. They already
played, you idiot.
Well, next time they play, then she's invited to come.
This is from your boy Ernie. Patriots gonna win their 7th Super Bowl now.
I got Seattle. I got who you got. Okay, who you got winning these games on Sunday? Let's talk about that. Who you got winning?
I got the Broncos, hopefully, and praying, but no, it's gonna probably Patriots and Seahawks.
I'm taking the Patriots and the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, and Brandon's team winning it all. That's what I got.
I mean, I kind of wouldn't mind the Rams winning either. I don't care who wins in the NFC as long as it's not Patriots. I don't even care if the Broncos win it, to be fair. I'll only give Broncos 4. Rams will get 3. Seahawks will get 2.
I don't care if the Broncos win it. As long as it's not the Patriots, bro. I'll take anybody but the motherfucking Patriots. Please, God, not the Patriots. That'll be the worst.
Fucked it all up. Russ says she's pissed. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you mad about? Fernie was as good an analyst as he was a snitch. He'd be something. Here we go, Steelers.
So, what do you think about the Buccos? Are they done making moves, or do you think they're going to go out there and get Eduardo Suarez or whatever? Because I seen the big news that came out today from the Buccos is they have a bunch of players change their jerseys numbers and shit. What do you think about all these players changing their jerseys numbers and shit for the Pirates?
I don't know. I'm not paying attention to it. I don't pay attention to it until
there's one North Shore 9. You might like that podcast. Look up the North Shore 9 podcast. They talk about Buccos 24/7.
Barb, what are you mad about? I love you, sweetheart, with all my heart and soul. Jesus, every time it's just bitching.
Well, I'm going to end the stream. Barb, you and Lewis are both invited to the Discord server. I think that would be better. If you come, she has to come. That's the rules. You're allowed back in my... I'll unban you if you unban Barb from my server, and you both are allowed to be in the same server at the same time and chill and relax. And not have to be worried about being harassed by everybody else. You guys can have a safe space in my server. That way I won't have to get mad at Ron for not keeping you under control. Then that'll be Barb's responsibility to keep you under control. Make sure everybody hits the like, subscribe, and notification bell. Thanks for coming up. And here we go, Steelers.